Alvarez, and welcome to my cooking show. Today, we will be making stuffed bell peppers with quinoa, steamed broccoli, and my favorite, almond flour oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Today with me, I have my special guest, my sister Lila, and my brother Iso. They have both helped me with filming and eating. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy. Yeah, thanks.
Hello. To start, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get 4 to 5 bell peppers, 2 green onions, broccoli, 1 regular onion, 10 tomatoes, tomato paste, almond flour, coconut oil, dried basil, dried oregano, and some salt and pepper. First, you want to cut the green onions, and this is for our spaghetti sauce. Just cutting very neatly. Then I'm going to grab some broccoli, chop that up. I'm using 3 heads of broccoli because I have a fairly large family to cook for. And you can cook this towards the end, but I just steamed my broccoli and that'll take about 6 minutes. Here I'm going to chop my onion, dicing it, and this just gives the homemade spaghetti sauce just some flavor. Once you finish chopping up these onions, you want to grab tomatoes, and I peeled these tomatoes, which is very easy. You just boil some water and put the tomatoes in for about 30 seconds, then put it into cold water and it should peel very easily. Here I'm going to take the seeds out of the tomatoes just because we don't really want those in the spaghetti sauce. Here I am just going to be slicing my tomatoes, and you want to keep the tomatoes very small. Again, I'm using 10 peeled and seeded tomatoes. My dad stepped in for me to cut because I got very tired. Thank you, Dad. Here, just olive oil on the pan and cooking my ground beef. You want to make sure it's brown on all sides, which takes about 6 to 7 minutes, and I'm using salt and pepper to give it some more flavor. Once the meat is finished cooking, you can put it into a bowl on the side, and then I'm cooking some of my onions just to add to the meat. Once those are finished, we want to add in our green onions. Make sure to keep your pan oiled, and adding some more regular white onions. Just to let this simmer for a little and brown. Make sure the onions are clear all the way through, and then I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of dried basil, and 4 teaspoons of dried oregano leaves. And once you have mixed that all together, I'm going to add all my tomatoes, juice, and everything, and just let that all mix together. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar for taste, some salt, and some pepper, and then we are just going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. Here I'm just adding some tomato paste to thicken up the sauce and get it into that saucy kind of texture. Once that is finished, I'm adding the meat and onions from earlier, giving that a good stir. And here you just want to let that sit again and mix together. Add some salt and pepper if you need. Here I'm adding just a little bit of Parmesan. Here I'm adding my cooked quinoa, which is very easy. The directions are always on the back of the package. This is about 1 cup, and I'm just going to mix that all together. The quinoa here is our carbohydrate, which is very good for you. And here into our vegetable, which is the bell peppers. We are stuffing it all the way to the top. This is a very healthy meal for anyone who would enjoy it. Here I'm putting in some mozzarella, just sprinkling it on the top, as I am going to add some more after the first 25 minutes of baking has finished. Next, I am starting on the chocolate chip cookies. Here I am going to add 2 cups of rolled oats. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of almond flour. Here is half a cup of coconut flakes. And just remember, we are mixing all the dry ingredients first. Next, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Make sure you mix that all together and then grab a separate bowl for all our wet ingredients. Here we have half a cup of coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3/4 cup of maple syrup. And the maple syrup is just in place of regular sugar. Whisk that all together and pour it into the large bowl with the dry ingredients in it. Just gonna mix that and make sure everything gets moist and wet, and add in about half a cup of chocolate chips. You could also add walnuts if you'd like. And then here on my parchment paper, I'm going to take about 1.5 spoons of my cookie mix and make those into cookies. The following are just some charts showing my daily intake of calories, sugars, total fat, and protein, and the amount in the meal that I have cooked. The meal does, in fact, have a little bit more than I probably should have, but overall, the meal was very good, and my family and I enjoyed it very much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for some bloopers and behind the scenes. Why are you talking? Stop. Start it over. Is it really good?
They have both helped me with filming and eating. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy.
Yeah, thanks.
What was that?
They're solved. Like we solved the